What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we have the breakdown of the brand new batch that's coming at the end of June, heading into July. Likely, this is the batch that's going to be boosted for the upcoming Pirate King adventures. Now, there's no confirmation on whether or not a new PKA is going to be dropping, but it makes sense in my eyes that a new Pirate King adventures should drop with this batch. That's what we're thinking is going to occur. We're going to talk about this though, new Robin and Koala, and then the other legend is another dual unit, which is going to be Black Maria and Ulti. So we're going to discuss that in a separate video, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So shout out to the Twitter account for posting this, and before we get into that, actually, I will actually show you guys the ink effect for this character, because it actually does look pretty good. Put it in full screen there. So we got the Koala and the Robin, obviously from the miniature flashback that we got during the Robin and Black Maria fight of Robin learning the fishman karate style from Koala, and I think it's actually a pretty cool unit. Like, I like the fact that they're doing this, but at the same time, like, I think a lot of people are just going to see this unit and like, yo, I mean, it's cool, it's Koala and Robin together, it's a pretty neat unit, but honestly, it's not that exciting in my opinion. But let's go into the breakdown of this unit, okay? So this unit here is a dual unit. We have Robin, who is Int, and we have Koala, who is Dex. In their combined form, there's Cerebral Free Spirit. I assume that Cerebral Free Spirit will maintain throughout every form of the unit. Maybe one will be a fighter character, we'll have to wait and see. As for the potential abilities there, Recovery Bind, Fear Resistance, as well as the Recoverable Amount Down effect, which is fine, but like this debuff essentially never occurs anyway. Not really too much else to say aside from that. Let's go into their captain ability. So this is the combined captain, so the single captains will be a little bit different. But as for the dual captain, -1 cooldown to all characters. Int, Dex, and Cerebral receive a 5.75 times attack boost with a matching slot, 5 times otherwise. So we've seen a few dual units come out recently since the anniversary. They're focused around this 5.75, which I think is very good considering they don't get access to super typing or super class. 5 times otherwise is perfectly acceptable. 1.3 times HP, makes Dex, Int, and Recovery slots beneficial, reduces Special Reverse by 10 turns, and at the end of each battle, so basically whenever you move on to a new stage, you heal 50% of the damage that you took during that stage. So, you know, if you're in stage 1 and you're doing a bit of stall and you end up taking, let's say, 10,000 damage, you heal back 5,000 when you move into the next stage. And we've seen this before with Legend Hawkins, and also V2 Katakuri also had a very similar effect to this. So captain ability wise, like, it's pretty cool. I mean, nothing really too crazy. I mean, pretty standard stuff: cooldown, attack, HP, matching slots. The special reverse resistance is the #1 thing that I really like about this unit as a captain. Moving on to their special though, it reduces the duration of barriers by 3 turns. That's actually massive. Deals 100 times their attack and typers damage to a single target only, but then reduces Int, Dex, and Cerebral special charge time by 2 turns. That is very good. Gives them a 2.5 times orb boost for 3 turns, also pretty good. They become the dual unit for 3 turns, and then if the crew has a color affinity boost when you launch the special, then it says after 1 turn has passed, you get a 2.75 color affinity boost to Int, Dex, and Cerebral. So this is very good. So essentially, if you have a color affinity boost before you launch the special, you'll get a clock buff, and then during the next turn, you get a big 2.75 color affinity boost. It's pretty good. It seems pretty decent to me. I don't really see too many issues with that at all. It's just the fact that, you know, and plus another thing about the unit as well is that they don't get access to Super Tandem, Final Tap, Rush, or anything like that, which means that you don't have to worry about, you know, picking up a lot of these units, which is good. You only really need 1 copy and you're good to go, right? Moving on though, crewmate ability, resist 5 turns of special reverse, which works perfectly with the unit as their special deals with cooldown reduction, special reverse stuff. They have fear resistance as well, so this will always be live most of the time at least. They also have another crewmate ability of healing 800 HP at the end of the turn. So we saw this with waifus and a couple of other characters, but getting additional healing at the end of the turn is very, very nice as well. Then you have the switch effect. So the switch effect, this is the normal switch. They do have a super switch, which is 4 turns to get the super switch, which is very acceptable. So it reduces damage threshold by 1 turn on the enemy, boosts color affinity of Dex and Cerebral by 1.5 for 1 turn that can be overwritten, and gives themselves a matching slot, doesn't go through block orbs. They heal 1500 HP, and completely remove their own despair. So obviously that's really meant to be used as a captain. If you use them as a captain, you don't have to worry about despair, but of course they only combine into the dual unit for they combine for 3 turns, which means if you're despaired while you're in the dual form, then you can't switch to get out of that. It's a little wonky, but at least it is there, I guess. And then there's super switch, which, as we said, 4 switches to get, and the threshold removal is 3 turns now, and the color affinity is buffed all the way up to 2.25 and heal 5,000 HP. That's actually pretty good. That's a really good super switch. It works very, very well with this unit, of course. Use their super switch, use their special, you get a big orb boost for 3 turns, you can carry it over to the next room, and then of course you get the clock buff when you launch the special, so that in the next turn, you'll get their big orb boost of 2.5, as well as the 2.75 color affinity, with 1 unit, which is very strong. 1 unit being able to provide that is very good. But at the end of the day, do you realistically need this unit? I mean, look, if this unit's going to be very good for the PKA that's going to be upcoming, then yes, this unit's probably going to be really nice to have. But I don't see too many situations where this character is like going to see a lot of play. I think the best thing about this unit though is that switch ability. The switch ability is very, very strong. Being able to remove threshold from a switch is really good. Even 1 turn removal from a switch, you know, if you have to deal with like 6 turns of threshold, you run like a 5 turn remover on your team, and then you just use the switch ability to remove the additional turn. I really like that about this unit. And then the special reverse in their captain is also a really, really nice component. But we can move on now to their Pyro Rumble stuff. So we can see that they're Cerebral and Free Spirit, obviously, in Rumble. They are classified as an attacker style unit, so that's going to be fascinating to see. So their special ability, 33 CT, targets 2 enemies for 3 times attack 3 times. That's actually pretty good. That's a lot of damage that they can do. And then Free Spirit enemies are hit with paralysis, 75% chance of paralysis for 15 seconds. Okay, that's pretty garbage. Paralysis is one of the worst debuffs that you can inflict in Pyro Rumble, just due to the fact that it doesn't really provide that much, really. I mean, yeah, you can't use your normal attacks, but specials aren't unaffected by paralysis at all. So it's one of the worst debuffs you can apply. 33 CT is pretty high. Well, it's definitely on the higher end, and the damage that they do is probably going to be good, but it is what it is. It's fine. It's okay. Then they give Cerebral 6 attack, 6 defense, and then Free Spirit enemies level 5 defense down. I think that's a very good Rumble ability, honestly. Very, very good Rumble ability. It's just the fact that, you know, the special is just doing damage. That's really all it does. It doesn't really have that many good additional effects, but it's fine. I would have loved to have seen if like their special also did like something like, you know, reduce the cooldowns of your Cerebral units by like 10% or 20%. I think that would have made this unit an absolute god in Rumble for Cerebral. And of course, they've got GP stuff as well. So the GP burst, you need 4 teammates to die. And then if you do get that, you can launch it twice, which is okay. So they target 3 high current HP enemies for 50% reduction. That's pretty good. And then target all enemies for 80% chance of paralysis. And then Free Spirit and Driven enemies get level 6 defense down for 20 seconds. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not that excited about this, to be honest. And then their GP leader skill gives Cerebral attack HP 4, Dex int get attack guard level 4, defense level 2, and then Free Spirit enemies CT speed down level 2. Okay, so lots of Free Spirit hate, which I'm completely okay with, because Free Spirit are so good in GP. I mean, I don't see an issue with that at all. So yeah, that's Robin and Koala. Like, it's not like the most exciting unit ever. Like, I mean, I'm sure that, you know, Robin and Koala fans out there are pretty pumped about this unit. Personally though, like, they're cool. I'm not gonna be, you know, going crazy to try and pull these units, but, you know, if you get them, they're obviously really strong units to have. The switch ability is probably the number one thing I like about this unit. But at the end of the day, personally speaking, I am not a fan of using dual units as captains. I don't like the way that they work as captains. Though if you do opt to use them as a captain, you get access to that really cool special reverse resistance, which I think is very cool. So yeah, I mean, another thing about this unit too is that, you know, both Robin and Koala get access to some very good supports. This is also a damage dealing special too, so that may come into play with certain supports as well. So that's going to be a big thing, is that the fact that this unit gets access to very good supports, has a very good utility based switch ability, and if you opt to use them as a captain, you can deal with special reverse as well. And, you know, with one unit by themselves to provide an orb boost and a huge color affinity boost to Dex, Int, and Cerebral, It's going to be really good moving forward, especially when you partner that up, obviously, with the new Crocodile and Doflamingo that just came out, who is also a Cerebral focus unit, gives an attack boost, which synergizes well with these two, and then obviously has that ability to buff all of the other buffs on your team. So yeah, good synergy with Croc and Dofi, but it's going to be interesting to see how players use this character moving forward. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this character down below in the comment section. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.